It was just another Tuesday afternoon at Target, the kind where the hum of shopping carts and the rhythmic beep of registers blend into a familiar retail symphony. I was third in line at checkout, mentally tallying my groceries when the whole store seemed to hold its breath. A woman, maybe 3 people ahead, crumpled to the floor with a dramatic thud. Her arms and legs flailed wildly, her moans echoing like a bad audition for a soap opera. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Everyone froze except me. I'd seen this show before. Her name was Linda Hawthorne, the self-crowned queen of our Pinewood Estates HOA. Linda wasn't just any neighbor. She was a legend of entitlement, the kind who'd turn a cul-de-sac dispute into a Shakespearean tragedy. Between her theatrical convulsions, I caught her eyes sharp, calculating, scanning the crowd to see who was watching. Then came the line that snapped me out of my disbelief. "I deserve priority checkout," she bellowed, her voice crystal clear, not a hint of distress. "This is an emergency. Someone scanned my items, saw." The audacity hit like a slap. Here was Linda, mid-seizure, demanding VIP treatment while clutching a cart stuffed with overpriced candles and organic dish soap. I've been in Pinewood Estates for barely a year, but that was long enough to know Linda's playbook. At HOA meetings, she'd collapse in a faint whenever someone dared question her iron-fisted rules, only to spring back to life once she got her way. She'd fake coughing fits when passing yards with dogs, claiming severe allergies. Just last month, she tried to find me over a decorative birdhouse in my garden, swearing it triggered her migraines. I didn't budge, and neither did the birdhouse. Today, her target wasn't me. It was a young mom at the front of the line, juggling a toddler and 2 older kids, her cart overflowing with diapers and cereal. "Ma'am, are you okay? Should we call 911? A Target employee asked, kneeling beside Linda, who amped up her performance with a few extra moans. "I have a neurological condition," Linda declared, her voice dripping with drama. "It's triggered by poor VYC and long wait times." She pointed a manicured finger at the registers, as if the minimum wage cashiers were personally responsible for her crisis. The mom at the front, bless her heart, looked worried and offered to let Linda cut ahead. But that wasn't enough for our HOA diva. "I need my items scanned right now, Linda insisted, gripping her cart like it was a lifeline, her moans coming and going like a faulty radio. By now, the shock had worn off. Phones were out, cameras rolling, capturing every second of Linda's Oscar-worthy meltdown. She didn't seem to notice, too absorbed in her role as the suffering heroine. A Target employee tried to steer her toward a bench near the pharmacy. "Ma'am, let's get you comfortable while we call for help." Linda wasn't VYing it. "No," she snapped, her blonde pixie cut bouncing with indignation. "I told you I need priority checkout. Can't you see I'm VYing some medical emergency, Her symptoms escalated with every pushback, now featuring a shaky hand for extra flair. The front of the store was a circus, every shopper craning their necks to watch the spectacle unfold. Then a man in a blue polo stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. "I'm an off-duty EMT. Let me help until the ambulance gets here." Linda's eyes widened, a flicker of panic breaking her facade. This wasn't in the script. "Oh, I'm stabilizing," she said quickly, her convulsions magically fading. "These episodes come and go. I just need to finish shopping and get to my meds." The EMT didn't blink. "What's your medical history? Any medications? Prior seizures?" he pressed, his tone professional but relentless. Linda's face flushed not from illness, but from being cornered. "That's private," she spat, all traces of her seizure gone. "You're harassing me. I know my rights." As she unraveled, I noticed the store manager slip away, phone in hand, her expression grim. She wasn't calling an ambulance. She was calling the cops. "Obli VYS." Linda pivoted to a new tactic. She shoved her cart toward an empty self-checkout, cutting off a line of stunned customers. "Open this lane for me, now, she demanded. "This is discrimination against people with disabilities." When no one jumped to obey, she started scanning her items herself, muttering about incompetent staff and lawsuits. The store fell silent, the air thick with second-hand embarrassment, broken only by Linda's furious tapping at the scanner. Just as she began bagging her unpaid haul, the sliding doors hissed open, and two police officers strode in. Linda, ever the performer, whipped out an ID card from her purse. "I'm Linda Hawthorne, president of Pinewood Estates, HOA," she announced, flashing her badge like it was a diplomatic passport. "These people are refusing to accommodate my medical condition. I want to file a complaint." The lead officer, a no-nonsense woman with a steely gaze, surveyed the scene. "Ma'am, we got a call about a disturbance." "Care to explain?" Linda launched into a tearful monologue, painting herself as a victim of discrimination, denied aid during a crisis. She was so caught up in her tale that she didn't see the second officer conferring with the EMT or reviewing a bystander's phone footage. And furthermore, Linda ranted, gesturing to her cart, "Target owes me these items for free as compensation for my emotional distress." The officer's expression didn't budge. "Ma'am, did you have an actual medical emergency today?" she asked, her tone cutting through Linda's bluster. Linda faltered just for a second, but it was enough. "My condition comes and goes," she mumbled. The officer didn't miss a beat. "According to witnesses and video, you faked a medical emergency to cut in line and try to leave with unpaid merchandise. Is that correct?" Linda's composure shattered. "This is ridiculous," she shrieked, her voice hitting a pitch that could crack glass. "Do you know who I am? I control property values in this town. You can't talk to me like this." But the power she'd wielded for years was slipping through her fingers. For the first time, Linda Hawthorne looked scared. "Ma'am, hands behind her back," the officer said calmly. "You're under arrest for disorderly conduct and attempted shoplifting." The handcuffs clicked, and Linda's face twisted with fury and disbelief. "This is outrageous. My seizure was real enough. Target will hear from my lawyer. I'll have your badge." As the officers led her out, a quiet wave of relief washed over the store. The young mom at the front of the line finished checking out, her kids blissfully unaware of the drama, and gave a small, grateful smile. Watching Linda, the neighborhood tyrant, finally face the music felt like poetic justice. 3 weeks later, the fallout hit hard. Linda was slapped with charges: disorderly conduct, attempted shoplifting, and filing a false police report after claiming the staff assaulted her. The judge, unimpressed by her courtroom theatrics, sentenced her to 100 hours of community service, a DULA 2,000 fine, and mandatory counseling. But the real blow came from the HOA. After the video went viral complete with a locals dossier of Linda's other stunts at stores, the board held an emergency meeting. Linda was ousted as president and banned from the HOA entirely, a first in Pinewood history. When the certified letter arrived, her screams echoed down the street, her perfect world crumbling as she tore the paper to shreds. The neighborhood exhaled. For once, Linda's reign of terror had met its match. But the story didn't end there, and that's where you come in. Was Linda's meltdown a one-off lapse, or the inequity table crash of an entitled ego? Should Target have handled it differently, maybe given her the checkout to avoid the chaos? And what about the HOA? Did they go too far by banning her, or was it long overdue? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button if you felt the justice, and subscribe for more wild tales. Let's get this debate going. What would you have done in that checkout line?